Hey, just doing a little reminiscing. I remember when I used to work. You don't know me, Mark Morris, engineer, building a $150 million business from 150,000. I remember when I was younger, I worked at Petavina Mold and Die. That was the first warehouse I worked at. And who remembers the giant injection molding machines? I used to run those giant machines. They're about the size of this car, and you would put the pellets in, and you would make these small little boxes based on the frame. And that's one thing I used to do. And who remembers the warehouses back then? It was a sheet metal warehouse. It sloped down. And then after that, it was just like the regular metal ones. Raise your hands if you know what I'm talking about. Some of these kids don't even know. Now, if you look at their houses now, they're like totally enclosed structures now, like this, like that. Like a mini office building. When we were younger, I'm like 57 now. We know when we were in a warehouse because it's all sheet metal, and on top you have this little circulating ball. Who remembers that little circulating ball? Raise your hand if you remember that little circulating ball. So that's how you were supposed to get air. So you'd have to get like the fan, put a fan somewhere close. Calvin and I would be doing some soldering. Once the parts came out of the injection molding machines and they cooled down, you take what X-Acto blade, was basically a razor blade, and you'd get rid of the jagged edges that got made during the molding process. So I'm just kind of walking through these warehouses we have down here. They look like mini buildings, man. Crazy, like they're 1,500, 15,000 square feet. They're like mini city blocks, how things have changed. But that's why I want to get you guys just, hey, remember, life is changes, but it's the same. It may be like big buildings, nice and little, nice and looks good from the outside, but you know how these buildings run? Money. You got to have that money coming in. Most important thing I'm going to be working with you guys is showing you how to build your viewership. You don't need any subscribers. What you need to do is get enough people coming to your website so you can make some money. And that's where I am now. I'm to the point where you get 500 or 600 views. You got to convert those views. But the only way to make money is you got to sell products. You got to sell. That's what you're learning from. And everything from Grant Cardone to the car dealers to like even the manufacturing places. You got to learn how to sell. That's why I tell you guys, watch my videos. I was an engineer. I couldn't sell anything. I got laid off in 1995. I had to learn how to sell then. Because back then, when you're on unemployment, after 3 months, they'll start hounding you, asking you, are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a job? And then like the first 6 months, they're pretty lenient. But that last 6 months, whoo, they'll ride you. So that's why I said, get out there, make you guys some money. What I recommend right now, I'm working on Grant Cardone's, what I'm working on right now is working on Grant Cardone's selfish child negotiation technique. And that's when you just basically tell people, I don't have any more money to give you, sir. I don't have any more money to give you. In addition to giving you the money, hey, maybe I can make sure I have someone there, because the most important thing you want to make sure is that you can operate this product. You have least headaches and things like that. Right, can you see him? A woodpecker? There he is. Down on the sign. Mother Nature knows when there's a camera, get on that camera, get on that camera, get on that camera, see? So do that. But I wonder what we're going to work on teaching you how to negotiate, teaching you how to get attention, and how to hold that attention. But all of that starts with me telling you, hey, who's worked in manufacturing? Who's going to be working at DHL and get laid off? I remember I worked at I had like 300 or 400 people. I remember, I think his name was Mark, and his father, we used to produce 500, 600, 7,000 pieces in a week. And there's only 3 or 4 of us, man. So that's why you hear all these warehouses with 500 or 600 people. I'm trying to figure out, they'd be producing a whole lot of money, man. Otherwise, that's a losing investment. Sales and marketing, sales and marketing. That's all that's come down there. Can you get attention? Can you get attention? That's where we are right now. Follow what I do. I was in debt over 147,000 back in 2008. I'm debt free. You know how to get debt free? Learn how to sell. You know how to sell? Before you get your job, you got to sell them in their minds that you can get this done and that you can overcome their fears. So stay connected, stay connected, stay connected. And remember, things may change. It may not be a metal sheet building anymore. They may not be metal sheet builders anymore. How you keep the doors open, bringing that money in.